first time I realized something was wrong with our food, it was when I couldn't fit into my trousers after just 1 week of eating at Mama Tinu's buka. At first, I laughed it off. Everyone did. Na enjoyment they show, people said. But after a while, when even slim people began to waddle down the street with round faces and heavy arms, we all knew something strange was happening in our part of Port Harcourt. I live on Creek Lane, close to Rumukurushi Junction, a busy road where keke horns and frying oil never stop. Life there is simple. Mechanics shout across their workshops, hawkers chase buses with sachet water, and people line up at bukas every afternoon for rice, beans, and stew thick with palm oil. For years, one buka ruled our street, Mama Tinu's kitchen. Mama Tinu was a large woman, round like a drum, with arms that could hug 3 people at once. Her laughter filled the whole street, and her food filled the whole city. You could smell her cooking from 2 compounds away. Pepper soup bubbling, jollof smoking in big iron pots, goat meat sizzling in red oil. Her son, Kunle, was just like her. Big, gentle, always sweating, always smiling. He helped her carry coolers, serve food, and collect money. Everyone loved Kunle, but there was one thing no one could explain. Everyone who ate from Mama Tinu's buka began to gain weight fast. At first, it was funny. A lady would say, "Now that Mama Tinu raised a show for your cheeks," and we would laugh. But over time, people began to change. Faces got puffier, bellies stretched, even children became round. Our street, once full of slim, sharp people, began to look like a carnival of moving balloons. And nobody seemed to care. The food was too good. Then one day, everything changed. A new restaurant opened directly opposite Mama Tinu's. The signboard said in fine gold letters, "Said's Table, Intercontinental Taste." From the outside, it was like another world. White tiles, glass doors, air conditioning, fancy menus. And the woman who owned it, Madam Said, was the complete opposite of Mama Tinu. She was slim, elegant, always dressed in fine lace. She spoke softly, with the confidence of someone who had seen the world. Beside her walked her daughter, Amara, tall and beautiful, her skin glowing like she stepped out of a commercial. Their food was the talk of the city within a week. No palm oils, no heavy stew. Everything looked clean, colorful, and light. And then something strange began to happen again, but in reverse. People who ate at Said's restaurant started to lose weight. A man who had been struggling to tie his shoe last week suddenly looked fit. A woman who used to pant while climbing a bus stop bridge suddenly looked young again. Soon, the city was divided, the fat side and the slim side. Those who ate from Mama Tinu's buka became bigger and heavier. Those who crossed the road to Sade's table began to shed weight like magic. And so began a silent war on Creek Lane, a war fought with stew and spices. Mama Tinu would shout, "Their food no get life. Not like plastic. Real men eat from here." And Madam Saide would smile across the road, replying softly, "Those who love themselves know where to eat." The war spread through the whole city. People argued in offices, in buses, even in church. "You dey eat for Tinu?" "No, oh, I don't move go Sade side." I kept eating from both. I liked Mama Tinu's flavor, but I also liked how light Sade's food made me feel. But one afternoon, something happened that changed everything. Kunle and Namara, the 2 children, met for the first time. It happened by chance. They entered the same taxi from Garrison to Mile 1. The car was tight, and Kunle's size made everyone squeeze. Amara, annoyed, complained out loud, "Why must people eat until they can't fit inside the car again?" Kunle said nothing. His eyes dropped. He looked ashamed. When Amara reached her stop, she jumped out, slammed the door, and walked off. forgetting her purse on the seat. I was in the same taxi. Kunle noticed the purse. He picked it up and told the driver to stop. "I know her," he said quietly. He went to return it. The next day, gossip filled the street. Someone saw Kunle and Amara talking in front of Sade's restaurant. Another said they saw her laughing, actually laughing, with him. From then, the air around the two restaurants changed. People started noticing Kunle crossing the road often. At first, we thought he was spying, but soon his body began to change. Slowly, his cheeks slimmed down. His walk became lighter. His shirt began to hang loose. Then one Sunday morning, he walked into Mama Tinu's buka looking different. Everyone gasped. Even his mother froze with a spoon midair. "Kunle, what happened to you?" "I just tried her food, Mama," he said, "and I feel better." That statement started the loudest fight our street had ever seen. Mama Tinu burst into tears. She accused Madame Sade of poisoning her son. People gathered, shouting, recording videos. Police even came. But Kunle didn't stop eating from Said's table. And as it changed, something else began to change in the people too. They started to question everything. Maybe they didn't have to stay the way they were. Maybe balance was possible. Some said they wanted to eat light but still enjoy flavor. Others said they missed the old days when everyone was just happy and full. One day, Kunle invited Amara to Mama Tinu's buka. She came, dressed simple, carrying a small plate. "Mama," she said kindly, "I just want to taste your stew." Mama Tinu stared at her, confused, but she nodded. Amara ate. She smiled. "It's delicious. But maybe you could try adding less oil, just a bit." The old woman looked at her son, then at the crowd watching. Something in her broke. For the first time, she laughed again. "Maybe we all get small things to learn," she said. And from that day, the war ended. Mama Tinu and Madame Sade began to talk. They shared recipes, mixed ideas, even cooked food together once in a while. Their children became inseparable. Soon, Creek Lane became famous not for fat or slim, but for balance. Good food, good health, and laughter again. Now, when I walk down that street, I still see the two women sitting outside, side by side. One round and cheerful, the other slim and calm. Mama Tinu started using Madame Sade's secret recipes and also lost weight. And some evening, the both families sat, ate, and laughed together. Their restaurants still stand opposite each other, but the war is long gone. And sometimes, when people ask me how it all started, I just smile and say, it began with a plate of rice and ended with a little understanding. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye.